Coming up next, I'm gonna pick my top 5 favorite luxurious perfumes. This is a tough one. There could be literally hundreds on my list, but I wanted to pick 5 fragrances that to me exude luxury. Just pure high-end quality, beautiful. When someone smells it, they know you're wearing something different. Find out what they are coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. And this is kind of, well, actually the last video that I'm filming before Christmas, and I'll put this out. This will come out between Christmas and New Year's. I hope everyone, when you're watching this, had a good, good Christmas holiday and good times with family, and just, you know, 'tis the season. Let's hope for peace and joy for everyone out there. So let's get right into this. And this is going to be in no particular order because it's too hard for me to say which is the most luxurious. These are all luxurious, but I will say, I kind of like my last video where I picked the 5 best fragrances that were released this year. This is, and I added one more honorable mention. None of these are honorable mentions, so whatever. I'll just say these are the top 6. And the first one I'll talk about here today is Richwood from Xerjoff. You know, this is one of their probably more enduring and well-liked and well-received fragrances from Xerjoff. It's been around for a long time, but the notes you can, I mean, just, there's so many notes. This one is a very complex perfume, but the things that really stand out in this that just really scream luxury to me in this are the notes of cassis, which is like this kind of green note that I really particularly like in fragrances. You got the Mysore sandalwood, which is the best, most creamy sandalwood in the world. Cistus, labdamen, love labdamen. Again, old school kind of rich, boozy type smell, vanilla, musk, and rose absolute. That's just a few. But this one again, look at this. You put it on and, you know, Richwood's the perfect name, especially for this video. This makes you feel rich. That's all I can say. All right, let's go to my next fragrance, which would, I guess, be, let's see. From Ormond Jane, this is TAF Elixir. TAF Elixir has been one of my favorite perfumes from Ormond Jane for a long time. I talk a lot about Ormond Jane in the past. I still do. I love this house. It is really the epitome of, I think, British refinery, just refined British taste. Not too loud, not too bold, smooth, well blended, all their fragrances. But TAF Elixir, to me, if you love the original TAF, which is a beautiful rose fragrance that's not too sweet, not too dry, I think just right, but what they've done with the Elixir is added a touch of Cambodian oud. I love it. Just love the smell, love the combo. It's not an overpowering oud, it's a very smooth oud, and it just, I think, obviously rose and oud are a classic combination, so putting it in on this one just sets it over the top. Okay, let's next go to, let's see here. Excuse me 1 second while I look at, because I had my notes in the order I wanted to go in. Okay, let's go to, okay, I know what we're gonna do next. This is Valiant from Boadicea the Victorious. First of all, look at that bottle. If that doesn't scream luxury and just high-end, obviously Boadicea is one of the more high-end niche houses, one of the more expensive typically, although I've just been smelling a bunch of ones that came into Osme today that are 50 milliliter bottles for under $200, like Energizer, I think another one called Charity, really good fragrances. I'm gonna talk about them more later in another video, but this is just, well, let me spray it. I don't know, there's something about this that has this old school vibe. It's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit citrusy, It's got ylang ylang, which is again a classic French perfume note from many years ago that still used a lot, but it's a white flower that just gives it a little bit of a kick, similar to jasmine. Orange blossom, cherry blossom, grapefruit. Again, sandalwood here, tonka bean, amber. It is just, when I spray it and I put it on my skin, in fact, I'm putting it on my skin right here because I have a lot of fragrances on today. Really, and this one to me, when I smell it on a woman, oof, I'm telling you, takes me like, just makes me crazy. All right, let's go next. This would be my number 3 that I'm naming today. And this is from the House of Arquiste, Alexander. This one, maybe a little bit of an outlier because there's other ones I could have put on here from Arquiste that I really like that are very luxurious, like Non Bon is one of my favorites. But this one, it's got a vodka note to it that to me just sets it apart from a lot of other fragrances. It doesn't even smell like a lot of the other Arquiste fragrances. This one kind of really stands out and it's just exquisite. It's luxurious again, therefore in this video. It is a fragrance that I would see perfectly paired with a night out on the town. Of course, you could be having your favorite cocktail, a nice meal with your date, your wife, your husband, or whatever. Wonderful fragrance to wear, very versatile. You can wear this really in any occasion though, and it's just not a date night fragrance, but just, again, to me, very luxurious. That's gonna leave me with a couple, my final 2 bottles, which are a little bit, one is new, and one is a reformulated new fragrance. So let's go with the reformulated new fragrance. And this is from Mrs. Francis Kurkdjian, MFK, who, as you know, is now the in-house perfumer for Dior. He still has his own niche brand. But back in the day, when he was just perfuming for other companies, he did a perfume for MDCI. And I don't want to butcher the name here. It's called Promis de l'Aube. I know I'm butchering it, so everyone out there who speaks French, please don't kill me. But this is a fragrance that just got re-released by MFK for MDCI because I guess it had been discontinued for a little while because at least one or more of the notes that were in here, and I don't know which ones, were no longer available from the original. So this originally came out years ago. It had been basically pulled back, it had been discontinued, and while he worked on the recipe, the formula to create what he could to smell exactly. And from my comparisons of the old to the new, did a fine job that you cannot really tell the difference, in my opinion. I'm sure if you spend enough time analyzing it, you probably could. But again, this is just a fragrance that, and let me read you the notes here, hold on. So we got in here bergamot, tangerine, lemon. So you got this interesting, fresh little citrus opening, and then you have jasmine, ylang ylang. So ylang ylang has now made its way into at least two of the perfumes that I'm aware of here with that just rich, classic luxury, especially jasmine also combined with the ylang ylang. Sandalwood again, probably Mysore sandalwood. Tonka bean, vanilla. So you see a lot of these fragrances, I think, that tonka bean, the sandalwood, the ylang ylang, those are just, maybe to my nose, because those are really classic elements of fine perfumery that it just, to me, exudes that era of French perfume luxury. But I really like, again, this one, if you try it, I think MFK has done a wonderful job reformulating this, whatever it was, the notes that he had to do. Oh, yeah, it's just got an old school feel. I love it. Old school vibe, you know. Some of you know who have tried my last perfume that I made, Deco Noir. I took a lot of the classic notes in perfumery and updated them with new stuff to create a kind of perfume that has that old school vibe, but modern. So I love when you can do something like that. It just smells wonderful. And that leaves me, lastly, with a brand new fragrance that I just got to smell in the last couple days from Veronique Gabai. And this would have made my list, and technically this would be on my list that I did last week talking about the best new releases of 2023. I actually have a couple from her that I would put on here. And this fragrance, again, just masterful, luxurious fragrance. And specifically I'll make sure I have the right bottle here because they have the labels on the bottom. Yeah, I have the right bottle. This is Golden Oud. If kind of goes into that, if you like that oud where it's not so intense, where you don't really smell it, it just blends in, it gives it a very sweet, luxurious, fine element, almost like oud for greatness, or maybe Baccarat Rouge a little bit. Just again, I'm giving you an idea if you like those fragrances. I'm wearing this on my skin actually today. I've got it right here. And yeah, it's dry, it's got a little sweetness to it, it's got a little smokiness to it. And the bottles, of course, scream high-end luxury from Veronique. The gold, just the gold and the silver, the colors of Paris. I think it's gold and silver. Again, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe gold and silver are the colors of Paris. And another one that I think is going to be also very good is called Sunset Wood. And this is another very good, dry, woody fragrance that just has this really extra smoky element to it. Wearing this one on my other hand here, and that one would probably be in this group, but I wanted to only pick one for today, and therefore I'm going to go with Golden Oud. I think this actually is going to be a huge, huge hit coming into 2024. I think this is going to be one of your better selling fragrances that you see at fine niche stores like Osme or, yeah, it's just sexy and luxurious. So, all right, there you have it. My favorite top 5, 6, kind of 7 almost luxurious perfumes. Try them out. Let me know what are some of your favorite luxury perfumes. The ones, again, that just are like a fine bag, a fine leather bag, just something that just, when you're wearing it, people know you've got something different on. All right, thanks as always for watching. Happy New Year if I don't do another video before then, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great holidays.